Hey everybody. Alright. What's up? What's up? What's up? Alright, tune in because I actually got a super crazy surprise that's about to happen and it's about to go down. Yep, that's what I said. I got a surprise. Um it's gonna be in probably a little bit though. You just gotta have to give me a few seconds. I'm just trying to get everything set up. But what's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling today? Everybody's good? Alright. So we're gonna get started in a few minutes. I got a surprise. I know I keep saying that, right? But it's about to happen soon. Y'all gonna love it. Hey, Betty. I see you, Betty. You tuning in? Okay, hold on. We just waiting. Just waiting. Hey, everybody, what's going on? What's going on? Good night, good night. We got a surprise, y'all. Make sure y'all tune in. Tune in on the live, but I think y'all gonna enjoy this one. Y'all gonna enjoy this one. I actually just got off. Of a live talking with my homie Aunt Boogie. Aunt Boogie is super dope. The interview was super inspiring. We got a chance to discuss, how to make it as a dancer, the do's and the don'ts of the industries, and we definitely took it. We took it step by step in terms of really what you do as a dancer. And Aunt Boogie really broke it down. Oh, I got something. Oh wait, try it. Wendy, try it again. Hey everybody. See y'all waving. Hey everybody. Let's see. I think we're able to make this work. Hey!
The magic.
Voila! Hey, Wendy!
Hi, baby. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Woo! Honey, I'm glad I made it.
Hey!
Okay,
Look at
there
you looking
we
like
go.
LA sunshine. I'm loving it. All right, so everybody, what's going on, y'all? So welcome to Founders Conversations.
Hello.
All right.
Thanks for having me, Jersey.
Thank you for stopping by, Wendy. I appreciate that.
You know, when I committed to this, you know how stuff happens. It's like at first, it's like I ain't doing nothing, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh Lord, I got 30 things, and yeah.
Listen, God is good. We booked and busy. God is good, right?
He is.
Even through our darkest moments, we still grateful for anything that we have because we
baby, thankful for the little bit of light.
The little bit of life that we've got.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I have you here, Wendy. Let me kind of explain to our people why we're here. So we're going to be discussing the ins and outs of kind of being successful as an entrepreneur, a dancer, and as an actress in your case. And this is to kind of give students the tools to be successful in the industry. It's despite the challenges that may seem like there's no pass it at the moment.
Wow.
So, we kind of gotta give people hope. And I actually saw, first of all, everybody, Wendy Raquel has her own dance school called A.G.C.
Actually, it's a performing art. Because I don't, the dance community, I started as a dancer, so I have such respect for that. But what I did learn through the years, you got to do more than be able to twirl and kick. So we do acting, voice, dance, and digital and art. So actually, that's where I am right now.
Okay, got you. That's right. So y'all, I stand corrected. Acting, singing, and dancing, performing arts in general. That's right, Wendy. All right. So let's jump right into these questions. Everybody want to know, what did you want to do when you were growing up?
I wanted to be a dancer. To dance is to live, and to live is to dance. That's why I said I have the utmost respect for it. And I think actually dance has really helped me transition through my acting, because I'm still very physical. And every character I do, I always start with manipulating my body and how does this character walk? How does, so I always come back to the body and back to dance. So that's what I wanted to do. It was like I've been in class since forever and doing plays in my backyard and things like that. And then as I got into high school and started really contemplating college and life and everything that I wanted to do, I decided to major in drama. I went on to Howard University. So it's just kind of embedded in me. Yeah.
Okay, it's embedded. All right. So,
yes,
all right. What was your, jumping, you, first of all, you're a dancer, number one. So
yes.
I can't even, so when was the last time you actually busted out and really I'm dancing today?
Baby, I had to shake the blues off of this quarantine. So I dance in my living room all the time. Okay, now if you're talking about professionally, that's another thing. Okay. I haven't danced professionally in a long time, but here at the school, I take a lot of the master classes that we offer. So I do it for fun, I do it for freedom, and I do it for me as a creative.
Love that. Fun, freedom, and for you. How great is that? And the fact that you're humble enough to be like, I'm the boss of this, but I'm still going to take whoever's class that I feel like I want to take.
Oh, yeah, it's like, move over. Move over, honey. Here's my spot. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, but you got to earn that spot. You know what I mean? So it's like here, there's no celebrityism. There's no ego. There's no nothing. It's like we all come in, we start off at the same place and we just raise the bar and go higher and higher together.
Yeah. And then, but I think it's also important to set the precedence that even the boss can take class. And even though you understand, I'm not too good to still train. I'm not too good to get better at my craft as well. So training never stops. Okay. I love that, Wendy. All right, moving on to the next one. What was your training leading up to your first big break?
Ooh, I feel like I'm still in it. You're as good as your next big break. But wow. I started in theater. So I was actually, they call them Woodland Circuit plays, but I call them, they saved my life and paid my mortgage plays. So, so I was doing a show called Beauty Shop. I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it's actually in the African American Smithsonian. And Shelley Garrett did a show. We did a 50-city tour. It was myself. It was Kim Whitley. It was like before we had anything, we had theater and we were doing these plays. And I met someone who was actually on tour and the show was getting ready to stop. And it was like, I'm introduce you to my agent because you good. And then I got off the road and met the agent. And my first job was a Crest commercial. That's how I got the union, baby. Y'all brush and floss, children. But you never know. You never know.
I love it. I love it.
I still remember my lines. This is crazy.
You still, wow.
It was like, oh God, wait. My dentist said, you have a serious tartar problem. I said, tartar? I said, but I brush every day. He said, cleaning's one thing, but fighting tartar is another. Tartar Control Crest does great on both. In fact, dentists recommend it more than any other tartar control toothpaste. And then he said, use it for 6 months. You'll have cleaner teeth, or Crest will give you your money back. That said it all.
Oh, pow, yo, you hit that.
No, I didn't, baby. I didn't hit it like I should.
Okay. Okay.
I hit it like I should have.
You didn't hit it like that?
Yeah.
Okay. That's so crazy. But the fact that you still remembered it, it stuck with you. It did something.
It was my first job. It was major. And then, doing commercials is a whole other beat, I never really did well with the audition process with that, but I always fared well when it was dialogue and commercials.
Got you.
So, So I remember that dialogue. Isn't that crazy?
So crazy. It stuck with you. So you said you wanted to be a dancer. What was your training in dancing until you decided, okay, maybe I'm going to just kind of move into the acting? But what did you train in and how long did you do it?
Ooh, modern jazz. Hip hop wasn't even around. So it was more of a Afro-Cuban style that we did. And But yeah, I was definitely a modern bass, very, Dunham, very Graham technique. Very, you know what, I used to like to interpret a lot of songs through dance, and I think that's what kind of segued into the acting, musical theater. So then one kind of, led into the other. So I want to say that was all through elementary, junior high, high school, and then
So
it
this
helped
is
me at
embedded.
Howard because I was able to make production because I could dance. So I was ensemble. You know what I mean? So I got into production. Yeah. So I was.
So
Yeah.
you learned. So you learned from an early situation. I need to be a jack of all trades.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, because when that one door closes, I was able to open up a few others and, provide opportunity, not for myself, but for the other facets of myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Super inspiring, Wendy. I'm loving it.
Thank
All right,
you.
let's move
Thank you.
into the next question. Who were the people you looked up to that inspired you to pursue your dreams?
Wow. Well, I got to start with Debbie Allen. Debbie.
Big up, Debbie.
Definitely. Yeah. I was a fame baby, honey. I thought I was going to live forever. See, the children don't know about that. The children don't know about that.
They don't.
Do your research, children. Do your research. But Diane Carroll, Lucille Ball, Carol Burnett. I didn't discriminate. I always loved, women that were in strong positions and really did, great things. Cicely Tyson, Rosalind Cash. She was really big. She's passed now, but she was an amazing actress. There were so many that are still very inspirational to me right now that just paved the way and gave me, what it was when I was able to see people that looked like me that was doing what I wanted to do. I was like,
absolutely.
It's tangible. You know what I mean? I can do this, and but Debbie went to Howard. And so when I was doing the research on Howard, I was like, oh, Debbie, Roxy Roker, Felicia Rashad. So those are the ones that really inspired me to make that choice. Yeah.
And you picked excellent examples because you followed right in their footsteps, all right?
Well, I'm trying. Those are some big shoes. Yeah. Definitely.
You're doing it, Wendy. A.G.C is beautiful. We love it. And as a matter of fact, that is our next question. So tell us about the transition from actress, dancer into becoming an instructor, mentor, and working with A.G.C and developing that.
Wow. You know what? It was kind of a natural progression because when I was at Howard, I would spend summers in D.C. and work with different youth companies. And Howard had a children's theater company, so they would use a lot of the students to teach the kids. So I had always been teaching and just kind of loving it. You know what I mean? So it was a very natural thing. It wasn't like, I'm going to be a teacher. It was more or less just sharing my craft and what I knew to younger ones. And then the next thing I knew, I had been doing it for like upwards of maybe 7 years or so. And then Marla Gibbs had a performing arts school here in South Central that was really, really big, Crossroads Arts Academy. And she gave me my first job as a dance teacher and an acting teacher. And then she closed her doors and she gave me the blessing to carry on, not to take over her school. There were like 90 kids and she was closing her doors and she was like, I can't do it anymore. Baby, if you want to carry on. So me and my best friend, Tracy Coley, a Morehouse man.
Okay.
And incredible human being. We got together. We put together a curriculum. We didn't know what we were doing. You know what I mean? We were like upwards of, 25, 26. It was like, okay. And my mother was like, you going to open up a what? You gonna open up
Wait, so did you know that it was going to be all three of those aspects? Acting, dancing, and singing. So you knew that off the bat.
We knew that off the bat. That's what we were doing at Marla's because Tracy, my business partner and best friend, he's passed, but incredible. But he was an incredible vocalist. So he was a singer. You know what I mean? And he had the power to convince anybody else. He's like, if you could talk, you could sing. Hit that note, baby. So he had that gift. And I was able to, dance and to act. So we put all of that together because they all actually go together. If you really, really think about it, you know what I mean? Great singers need to know how to interpret that song and move across that stage like Beyonce. Great dancers, you can't just use your body. You got to use that face. You got to use all those internals and get all of that out. And great actors, you got to use it all, and hope you get some good writing to go along with it.
Ooh, Wendy.
Okay. Now, that was my battery, 10%. Just one of them days.
Just one of them days. I understand, Wendy. All right, that's all right. All right, so we love that. We love that. Why did you decide to go 501c3? Why did you decide nonprofit?
Well, we started off because, like I said, we just didn't know. So we opened our doors in 1996 and became official in 97. We didn't get our nonprofit status until 2006. So we were going just by, tuitions. It's my give back. Actually, A.G.C doesn't pay me anything. I've been tithing for 24 years. You know what I mean? So it's definitely my give back. But we went that way because there were so many opportunities for grants, sponsorships, donations. People want write-offs. People want to be able to say, I invested in that, but I also got a tax write-off. So we made that transition in 2006. It took us a long time to get the paperwork together. Actually, I think it took us about 2 years to get our nonprofit status. Okay. But that was one of the reasons why. Yeah. And actually, it's been a huge benefit. Huge.
I have a nonprofit organization too, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I wouldn't trade
Absolutely. You've done some, talk about me, honey. You've been moving mountains, baby. You've been moving mountains in New York. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I really am.
The company, well, my goal is to turn it into, right now we primarily focus on dance, but my goal, like as we shared, is to turn that into a multi-performing arts center in Brooklyn. Absolutely. Because I really don't feel like there is a staple like that in Brooklyn as much.
Wow.
And it lacks. LA has so much culture because it's the land of make-believe, right? Because it's Hollywood.
Well, you put a lot on culture. I don't know about culture. It has a lot of the smoke and mirrors. You know what I mean? It is a land of make-believe and make us believe you. But those that are very serious about the craft are very few and far and in between in terms of really being able to sit down and have that Stanislavski conversation and, the Uda Hagen talk and the Catherine Dunham. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Everybody's not
there. Got you. Okay. Yeah. So my goal is definitely to eventually be able to do singing and acting at the school as well. I'm a choreographer and a creative director, so I've done that. And we've been able to kind of, make a mark that way. But we want to definitely elevate, you know what I'm saying? And look at their school in A.G.C. And by the way, you guys, I've got a chance to actually take a tour of her school. And I got to meet her beautiful and talented staff. So I know those kids over there are in excellent hands. I love the comedy instructor. She's on my head every day.
Oh my God, yeah. You came on a good day. I wasn't here.
Yeah.
Good hands. You were real good hands. Oh yeah.
I love it.
That was the day of the Image Award. I mean that was the Image Awards, right?
It was the day of the Image Awards.
It was the Image Awards. It was the day of the Image
Awards. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Small world, right? All right, so let's jump into it. How often is it how important is it to obtain good training, right? And then how often should you train?
Ooh, well, training is everything. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of people with talent, but talent can take you so far. It's like sometimes you'll get scripts and it's like, oh my God, how am I going to make this transition to that, to that, to that? And then, there's an emotional roller coaster here. And then I got to come back and make them laugh. So that's where technique comes in. And that's where the actual application of training and knowing to help you navigate through that. For me, that's acting. With dance, some people just got it raw. They could just flip, drop, poop, pop, pop. But you always need to come back on that technique because
that's right. And make sure
you hit 30. You ain't gonna be flip that poop pop. You're gonna be like, So you need to know exactly. And then the same thing with singing, you know, sustainability on those notes, being able to really maintain and hold that breath and control and all of that. So training is essential. And shameless plug, we're doing online classes if you guys are interested. Jersey, I'm gonna give you that, but actually we start Monday the 22nd, and we are offering everything. And the one thing that I can say about this COVID crisis, as crazy as it's been, and as emotionally jarring as it's been for everybody, I want to say obstacles can create opportunities. And one of the opportunities that I find is that, wow, we can reach people online in Zoom classes that we weren't able to do before. So it's like, oh, you in New York? Cool, come take my comedy improv class on Wednesdays at 11:30. Come have fun. No, I'm teaching. And you're talking about how important is it to train. It is everything to train. You got to stay in the world of it. You know, it's a muscle. I don't care if it's acting, singing, dancing, whatever. It's a muscle. You know what I mean? And we all got thick in quarantine. I know I did. So, you know, let's get that muscle tight and pick it up and let's have fun. And that's and it's also how you stay passionate. Yeah. If that passion is going to sustain you, you know, we're in a business that's 99% no. No, you ain't going to get that job. No, you ain't going to get that gig. So what is it that keeps you motivated and inspired through it all? You know, I like to stay in class and stay in the world, you know, and share that energy. You know, it's infectious. You know, it's something that we can all benefit from.
Definitely.
So,
definitely.
But yeah, y'all go to my website and jump on and take my class this summer.
Listen, make sure y'all all tune in. Wendy, I should have tagged it. I should have pinned it at the bottom. So,
yeah, you sure should have. It ain't too late. I don't have. Let me put on my glasses and pin it.
All right, let me pin it right now.
Let me pin this. I got you. Let me pin this and read some of these comments. What y'all saying? Okay.
It's a lot of comments. But you know, let's jump into the next question real quick. How important is it to, you know, you talked about training. Now, we're moving into your next aspect of your career. How important is it to get an agent? And on top of that, so can you get an agent difficultly or easily, or can you do it without?
Wow. You know, the industry has changed so much, and this is one of the things that I find it the hardest to mentor to my students and to anybody that I'm really trying to tell them how to break into the business, because when I came up, we didn't have social media. So now everybody out there, you guys have an opportunity to not only create your own movies, your own projects, almost your own celebrity, where you don't need an agent. But I don't want to tell you the wrong thing. I'm seeing that. And I've worked with people on set that are just sheer Insta famous or YouTube famous. And it has really gotten them very far. But it also comes back down to, okay, you get those opportunities. How you going to get that next gig? You better have some training to back it up.
And that was the question I was going to ask you next. I'm like, if you hit something, let's talk some real stuff now.
Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100.
Right? You go on TikTok and you hit something that says, now you got 1 million followers on TikTok. And you're like, well, I don't need to go to class again. I already kind of made it. What do you say?
TikTok, the mouse dropped and ran around the clock. So what you gonna do when you come back? Okay, you better talk tick, honey. You better TikTok, get your butt in class. Okay,
got you. That's right.
It's one thing to have that immediate. You know, and one of my professors always asked me, "Do you love the art in yourself, or do you love yourself in the art?" And I'm gonna say that again. Do you love yourself in the art? Or do you just love the art in yourself? So do you want to just do it, you know, for show and to be famous?
Yeah.
Or is it something that is really innately in you that is propelling you to just do something and change the world? We're in a place right now as artists, we're going to have a huge responsibility to change the world. People are hurting. People are suffering. People are angry. People are on fire. And it's going to take the artists to bring all of that back, to neutralize it. You know what I mean? Like Debbie's having an all-day dance fair today. Let's dance it out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Singers come together. You know, there's concerts. I know BET is doing something huge for the BET Awards. You know what I mean? And it's time for us to just really inspire each other. And the one way we do that is through our art. Now, you can be a one-hit wonder with a TikTok, but if you want longevity, because TikTok, for next thing we know, it probably won't be around in 5 years.
Absolutely.
What do you have to fall on after that?
What do you have?
So I strongly suggest classes.
Training never leaves here. It never leaves here.
They can't take that away from you.
No.
They can take away that app. I'll give you another example. I had a kid to come in and he was interviewing, and he was a huge hit on Musical.ly. It was before TikTok.
Okay.
Did I get it right?
You're right.
Okay, Musical.ly. Whatever.
Musical.ly.
And
by the way, Musical.ly did turn into TikTok, by the way.
Get out.
That's dumb. They
I
just
didn't know
switched the name up and all that.
Oh, okay. Well, let me tell you what happened with him. So he had hundreds and thousands of followers. He came in for an interview, and I was like, "Oh, will you do it?" Do you know he could not in person deliver? He was like, he froze up. He had a meltdown. Bless his heart, he was like 17. But I was like, baby, it's just us. Come on, I want to play. You know? But he couldn't do it because he was so used to just doing it in his room, in his closet, by himself.
On that phone.
On that phone, the app, whatever it is. Believe it or not, I have never done a TikTok. But he could not replicate whatever it was live. And I was like, wow. I said, first thing we're going to do is get rid of that app. Okay. And we are going to apply yourself and your gift and do what it is that you do. You don't need to be contingent upon a filter, editing, and all of that. You can't do that in real life. But a lot of young people are getting hooked on this, and that's what they're doing. And it's like, that's the first thing we do. You can't have electronic devices in my class. Put that stuff down.
Put it down.
It's a distraction.
It is absolutely a distraction. But Wendy, explain to them that, or maybe you can agree or disagree, that social media is not training, and it doesn't constitute as talent. You know, so if you are popular on social media, that doesn't make you, because you put in your biography, an actress, because you have a million followers, and maybe an actress that's been training for 10 years plus maybe only has 1,000 followers on Instagram or whatever the case may be, but she's a serious actress. But an actress with 1,000 followers will get overlooked because she doesn't have the right eyes on her. She doesn't know how to reach to the agents, whereas on TikTok and Instagram and all of these social medias, you literally go viral once and you're on Good Morning America. You on, you know, so what do you say to someone that's like, hey, I'm looking at what I see TV says, and I'm looking at what you guys are saying, and know that training is important, but it's not what I'm seeing being produced on mainstream. What do you have to say about that?
It's such a tricky question because I don't want to discredit or discount anyone that has made it, you know, through Instagram or through TikTok. Bless your heart. For me, have something that you thought outside the box and it took you there, God bless you, more power to you. I'm just an advocate for theater. I'm an advocate for training. I'm an advocate for getting on the set and knowing what that entails. You know, there's a whole other language. There's a world. You know, you got to hit your mark. You got to know your eye line. You have to do, there's so many things that go on while you're on the set, be it television, be it film, or even it be the stage that you just don't get on Instagram. And yeah, you can, you know, watch all the YouTube videos and everything like that, but there is nothing like the actual application.
Absolutely.
Sitting in a class or sitting and going back and forth with an instructor, having a scene partner, working out those kinks, finding out what works for you, what doesn't work for you, why it works for you, why it doesn't work for you. And you can't act in a vacuum by yourself.
That's right.
And a lot of times when you're doing that with the phone, it's just you with the phone and, oh, hey, I got it perfect. That lighting's right. This is right. No, what about when you got to go in there disheveled and you got to give X, Y, and Z? How do you translate that from coming from the social media world to the real world? So I don't want people to get caught up in this social media thing. Because for me, I just don't think it's real. You know, people buy followers. You know, people, you know, they inflate things. So just because somebody has so many followers and so much of this, so much of that, sometimes you got to defrag and unplug and just remember, I got it painted on the wall in my acting room here. I'll show you, honey. To thine own self be true, period.
That's
so
right.
Don't compare yourself to others. And it's hard because we're in a business where we're always comparing and competing. But you got to know the value that you have, that is innately yours, that is God-given, that is yours. Can't nobody else do what I do the way that I do it. Now, you know, and I can't do what, you know, Viola does. You know what I mean? Everybody is different. You know what I mean? And you got to respect that.
That's right.
And honor that.
That's
so,
right. And you know, I think social media just cuts out instructors and teachers, because it just it makes you not go into a room to actually learn and actually be in a presence of people. Energy is transferable. That's important.
Yes.
And I feel like you can't transfer energy with a device. You know, like it doesn't really work.
That's why I said it's like in a vacuum. You just sucking it up.
Sucking it up.
You're just sucking it up. Okay, all right. So where is it gonna go?
Where is it gonna go? That's right.
Gotta come out somewhere. I gotta let this out. Okay.
That's right. So we're wrapping it up now.
Honey. I enjoyed this convo.
Yes, I enjoyed it. I love it. And if there's anything that you guys have any questions for Miss Wendy, please let them know where they can find you, Wendy.
Y'all, number one, amazinggraceconservatory.org. Okay. And check out our classes, actually our summer online program. And then follow me on Instagram and what are the other ones?
Instagram. You got Twitter. You got Facebook.
Yeah, I do have a Twitter. I do have it. Oh, honey, I just let some air in. Thank God. I was like, honey, we in LA. It's like 90 degrees here today. But yes, I am Wendy Raquel.
That's right. Wendy, thank you so much for coming on here and inspiring our people, because you are one of our legends and we respect you and we look up to you. And, you know, this is what we aspire to be. You know, someone like me, like a choreographer and a creative director, entrepreneuring, the finish line doesn't necessarily seem graspable sometimes, right?
Wow.
And, you know, so you have to continuously move and know that God got your back. Your supporters got your back. These students are trusting you, and you got to just push forward. So listening to you saying that you started from you didn't know where it was going to be to where it's at right now, you did it, Wendy. And we love you and we are proud.
My daddy was a janitor and worked at the post office, and my mama was a nurse, and I was like, I want to be a star. No, South Central, okay? But hold on to your dreams more than anything. And Jersey, thank you for putting the word out there and really supporting art.
Thank you.
Real art. Thank you, baby. So, rise up, honey. I'll talk to you soon.
We'll talk soon. Thanks, Wendy.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye. Now, how I turn this thing off?
Okay. I'm going to remove it.
Wait. Don't get me off of this thing. Turn this thing off.
What's going on, y'all? That was Wendy Raquel, y'all. That was super dope. She came in. So quick little story. I actually went to LA maybe earlier this year in February before COVID hit. I actually took a tour of her dance school. We were actually supposed to partner up and have her kids fly here. I was supposed to fly there. We were supposed to get it all together, but it actually didn't work out because of COVID. But Wendy is a dynamite lady, and she jumped on the live and gave us some pointers, gave us some truth, gave us some history. At the end of the day, we can all make it. So let's strive for greatness, y'all. Appreciate y'all.